Welcome. In front of me is an Honor 600, and today I'll show you how you can enable and set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top right side of the screen, like so, and this will bring down your toggles. If you do it from the left side, it actually gets you notifications, so that's why I'm specifying. Now in here, you want to swipe down again, and this will, as you can see, extend the list of visible toggles, hopefully revealing our hotspot toggle. I can see it right now, looks like this, but if you can't find it anywhere in this list, you will be able to add it by clicking on this option right here, and then select the tile in this section and find your hotspot toggle anywhere in here. Once you do, you can just simply click on the plus. This would get added, as you can see right here, and now just click on the check mark twice and you can see the toggle is added. So now that we have our hotspot definitely added, you can hold it first time around and this will take you to the settings. Now, reason for holding it, even if you don't really want to change any of the settings, is this right here, a awful randomly generated password. I recommend just straight up getting rid of it if you're already in here, and then setting up your own password, which hopefully will be a little bit easier for you to remember, which will need to have at least 8 characters in length. Now we can use letters, numbers, both. I'm just using only numbers for simplicity. From there, click on OK to save the change, and that's really everything that you would need to change, or I would recommend changing. But if you want, you can click on more, and you have additional options in here as well. So you have auto disable in 5, 10, 30, 60 minutes of an activity. Now I recommend changing this right away to maybe 10 or 30. I'm going to select 30. Oops. And the reason for that is it's using the inactivity period, which is, if I'm correct, not connected, but if you're not using it. So let's say you're connected to your hotspot, you open up a website, you start reading an article there, and that article is spread out on single page. It's a freakishly long article. Maybe you're just reading a freaking terms of service for all I care, right? And it takes you more than 5 minutes by default. Well, by the time you're done reading it, your hotspot has now turned off because the mobile hotspot was inactive for 5 minutes. So because you haven't switched from one page to another, and the moment your hotspot loads in that terms of service, let's say, that's it. It's already loaded it and it automatically goes into inactivity, so the timer starts. If it takes you more than 5 minutes to go to the next page or refresh something, your hotspot would be then off. So that's why I recommend changing it to a higher number. Now additionally, we also have AP band in here, and we have two options, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And both of them have a place and time, but for most of the places and times, 2.4 will be the better option. Not because it is actually better, but because it's just more versatile and easier to turn it on and go. And let me explain this a little bit further, just so you know what you get and when the other option could be feasible. So, explaining 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. These are basically two technologies. I don't know how to really classify this. Frequencies, more like, of your Wi-Fi. And the 2.4 is basically the kind of like the old school one, the one that any device that had any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity at any point in time, it used this one right here. So your 20-year-old laptop that you might have lying around, if it could connect to Wi-Fi, it connected to 2.4. But that same laptop, most certainly from 20 years ago, did not connect to the 5 gigahertz network. So when you have such a laptop and you select 5 gigahertz, it wouldn't actually see the hotspot at all. So this, like I said, 2.4 is just more versatile in terms of hassle-free. You turn it on and you can connect to it with every device. As the specifications, so things like Wi-Fi labeled, so laptops that on a box, for instance, had any label as just Wi-Fi, will support only this, the 2.4. Devices later on that started releasing with Wi-Fi 6, I know moronically named, we have 5 as a number right here, but it is what it is. Retardation of Wi-Fi Alliance knows no bounds, and it gets only worse from here. So Wi-Fi 6 supports 5 gigahertz. So anything that has the Wi-Fi 6 label, it's using 5 and 2.4. Then you also have the Wi-Fi 6E, which has a 6 gigahertz network, and that uses 6 gigahertz, 5 and 2.4. So it can use all 3 of those. And then you have also Wi-Fi 7, which again, it doesn't actually add 7 gigahertz. That actually uses 2.4, 5, and 6 gigahertz at the same time. So in any case, every kind of higher number with some bullshit additional letters to it will be backwards compatible with everything below it. Now, so quick explanation of the technology, right? Now the benefits over one another, 2.4 is basically the OG one, and it's going to be the worst one of them out of, if you can choose any of them, in terms of, speeds, latencies, data, all that stuff. It's going to be worse than anything else. So 5 gigahertz has the additional network speed right here, latency, more devices that can connect to it, higher data bandwidth, and so on. But devices that only support 2.4, so only the ones that are Wi-Fi only, will not be able to utilize this at all. They won't even see it. Now, another benefit, which isn't mentioned right here, which will be the one that actually makes the biggest difference, is if you live in a densely populated area, the 2.4 gigahertz network is a little bit more prone to interference. So because there's a lot of smart devices, specifically like light bulbs and crap like this, densely populated areas, people could potentially have a lot of those. And problem is, any kind of smart bulb has their own 2.4 signal, and if you have like a dozen light bulbs in a single household, you can imagine how that could start creating problems. So in densely populated area, this could create interference, at which point your hotspot would be disconnecting. You wouldn't be able to connect to it, no network or stuff like that. So this is the problem. And by switching it to 5 gigahertz, you're basically getting rid of this problem, as 5 gigahertz frequency isn't as prone to interference as the 2.4. So that's basically the benefit. But again, if that 20-year-old laptop doesn't have Wi-Fi 6, you're not gonna get the fix by selecting 5, because you just simply won't be able to connect to it anyway. So you just have to kind of deal with that interference. So for that reason, I prefer 2.4. I have never encountered any kind of harsh interference which would cause me to disconnect from my hotspot. So that's why I personally prefer it. Anyway, anything else in here that we can talk about? Hide personal hotspot. I don't recommend doing so. This would require you to type in your hotspot credentials manually, so it's pretty annoying. And honestly, that's all we should really talk about. So let's close this up, as there's really nothing else in there. And to enable your hotspot, just simply tap on it. Now, one thing to keep in mind, your hotspot does consume more of your phone's battery. So once you're done using it, you can simply tap on it to turn it off. And you will specifically need to remember about this if you chose to never do the timeout in here, as you can select it to never. So if you chose that, you will need to remember to turn off your hotspot, otherwise it will run indefinitely in the background and waste your phone's battery. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.